Hello, hello. It is the first week, first unofficial welcome into summer. I just heard that in the news yesterday. It's like, wow, I didn't realize that Memorial Day was really the unofficial start of summer vacation, but it makes sense because, right, the kids are getting out of school, colleges are out, graduations are happening. On Friday, my own nephew is graduating. I can't believe that that's happened so fast. Where did that baby go? And now he's a 6'2" man and graduating from high school and looking at his future. Amazing. So today I was actually watching something on YouTube and it caught my attention because it was such a wow, a powerful story or a powerful moment that this gentleman was talking about. So he was talking about how he had stopped a gentleman in Jack London Square one day, and he would go out and he would kind of stop people because he wanted to bring joy to people's life. He wasn't selling anything. He was just trying to lift people's spirits, and he went out in this way, and this is his calling to go out and do this. We know what that's like, right? Somebody's approaching you and you're busy off and your blinders are on and you're headed for somewhere, you're on a mission. He stopped this one gentleman one day and the man's like, oh no, I don't have time. And this young man said, well, I just have one question and I don't have time. And he said, no, it's just one question. So he wasn't going to let the man go. So the young man said, okay, fine. What is it? And he said, how happy are you right now? I thought, this is so strange. And the one man said, not yesterday, not last week, or how happy are you right now? Rate your happiness from 0 to 5 right now. And the man said 0. And the man continued. He said, oh, well, can I tell you a story? And of course the gentleman said, no, I have to go, I have to go. And like a dog on a bone, this young man wasn't going to let the other young man go. He graciously stopped. One man graciously stopped and took the time, listened to the story. And then the other man said, okay, can I tell you another story? And the young man said, yeah, really, I gotta go. And no, it's really good story. It's a good story. I'll be quick. Great. The man who was in a hurry on a mission said, fine, tell me your story so I can go. So the other young man told him another story and then another story. And this man told stories about happiness, about how people achieved happiness, people he'd spoken to, stories of people he knew. And when they were all done, when he was done with his stories, because he figured he told the other young man quite enough, that his patience was definitely wearing thin, the other man held out his hand to shake his hand and he said, what's your name? And the man telling the stories who had stopped him said, oh, I don't exchange. I didn't ask you for a name. I don't give out a name and I'm not here to sell you anything. I was just here to lift up your spirits. And the other man said, no, really, today's different. You're going to give me your name. And he had such a grasp on the other man's hand that he wasn't going to let go until he did so. So fair is fair. So he exchanged names with this gentleman and they both went their ways. The next day, the man who had stopped the other man in the street received a phone call from the man that he'd stopped in the street. And he said, hey, Edwin, do you remember me in the park yesterday? He said, of course. And the young man said, well, what you didn't know yesterday is that when you stopped me, I was on my way to commit suicide. I'm crying. I wasn't there, right? But look at me crying. Powerful story. The one man with the stories and the mission is in his heart to stop that man and anyone else that day, had no idea and would not have had any idea that he'd had that effect on someone. It's huge. It's huge. And you don't know what effect you have on others either, nor do I. We go through life and we interact together. And we go our separate ways. But what I got out of the story, besides that, was that happiness is not something that comes from the outside. Happiness comes from the inside. We're so busy and we're so conditioned in this world and in the society to, we have to be better, we have to do this, we have to be this way, we have to please others, we have to be successful, we have to do it in this way. All outside events, life achievements that somehow bring happiness. I know in my experience that you get on this hamster wheel and it's do, go, 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 go. And you get the goal, you're on to the next thing. Keep going. It's never enough. We never get off the hamster wheel. And we're looking for that big, pie in the sky, maybe winning the lottery, right? So I can get off this hamster wheel, or retirement, right? We graduate from high school, we may go to college or a vocational school, and we're in the workplace, and then we work for 45 something years or more till we can reach that milestone that was set by somebody somewhere, society, I don't know, to retire. Then we get to be happy. How many people who have lived that formula for success, for happiness, got to the end and were happy? Why did we have to wait 45 years to achieve happiness? Or to even recognize how successful we've actually been? Right? So many people are it's just not enough success. It's not, no, I haven't reached it. What's that about? Right? Hamster wheel. If you can't be happy right here, right now, what's going on outside is not going to make you happy. Sure, you can see a happy moment or you can participate in some fun activity, and that's done and over and it's gone. The happiness is what you grow inside. It's the seeds that you plant inside of you, inside of your heart, inside of your thoughts, but mostly inside of your heart, because the thoughts will lead you astray. The thoughts will take you down that formula, that failed formula of being in the rat race on the hamster wheel, looking for happiness outside somewhere and never finding it. I just wanted to share that story with you today because it was so powerful for me. It had a really big impact on me. And Edwin, who stopped this man in Jack London Square one day, didn't just affect that man. He's affected so many others. Me on the other side of the country today, maybe 5 years later, I don't know when that happened. And maybe now that story has touched you as well. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. The happiness and the joy is within you. If that makes sense to you, and if you'd like to explore more of that, if you need a little help with that, please go ahead and direct message me, contact me, and let's talk about how we can get the joy and the happiness growing and planted and growing inside of you. Go have a magnificent day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.